I have a question for you. Are you in love with your husband or you love your husband? Are you in love with your wife or you love your wife? Or are you both? Welcome to the Blissful Couples Corner. My name is Soul Angel and I'll be your host today. We are the second, is it third week of January 2023. I just want to say Happy New Year again. I think this is our first live of the year in the Blissful Couples Corner. So I just want to say Happy New Year to the family and also to say to those who are joining us or those who will be joining us, please, um, you are so welcome. I want to thank you all for always being a strong support to the family. For those who are already subscribers and followers, thank you so much. And for those who are new, you are so welcome. You are in a safe place where you can talk about your issues. We can share ideas on how we can make these relationships and marriages better. So you are so welcome. Just go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us on Facebook. The name of our show is The Blissful Couples Corner. Please share the link as you come in. As you come in, we will wait for a little while. Let's see, some people can join in, and I can also share the link to some people. Thank you all so much for joining. We'll just wait a little bit. As you come and share the link, please share the link. So right now we are live on Facebook. I'm also live on my official profile slash Instagram, and also live on YouTube. You can also follow me on YouTube. Today is gonna be a great day. So I'm just hoping that we all tune in and make this day a success. Okay. Today, our topic for today is the 5 core pillars of a healthy and successful marriage. The 5 core pillars of a healthy and successful marriage. That is our topic for today. And it is very important. I thought that this year I was thinking last at the end of last year I was thinking of some important topics that we can talk about this year to enlighten um the family, because this show is all about bringing topics and issues with solutions, proposed solutions that will help everyone and anyone who listens, who tunes in, to get something, you know. So when I was thinking about some of the topics that I wanted to share, um, it came to mind that I should talk about some things that we need in marriage, in relationship, to make it work and be sustainable. So one of the things is the core you can call it core values, but I call it pillars. Pillars are things that are strong, that holds the house. When you're building a house, you make the foundation, right? You have pillars. I don't know, I'm not a builder, but I know that there are pillars that they put in the house to make it strong so it doesn't collapse. So there are things that you need to do, or things that attitudes you need to have for your marriage to be sustainable, for your marriage to be healthy, your relationship to be healthy and be successful. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I actually have 5 from my experience and experience of others I've spoken with, all of my years of relationship and marriage. I have five main things, but there are others. You can put it, you can vary it the way you want it. Let me see. If you come in, please let us know where you're watching from and type in your comments. If you want to say something live, please just indicate and I'll send you an invite. Let me see. If you want to be led in, um, you can be led in using that link to join us here in the studio. So, like I was saying, that core things, just like we go to school, right? Marriage is something that it's not something that's easy. A lot of people want to get married. It's everybody, most people, they dream of getting married, but we don't always think about the challenges that we can face in marriage. We don't always look at just the love part of it, emotions, how we love this guy, how we love this girl. We don't really think about how we will live together with that person, because that person is a stranger, whether you like it or not. That person is somebody coming from another family, another background, another everything. You guys are gonna meet together, stay under the same roof. You know, it's already difficult for you to even stay under the same roof with your parents, your brothers. You guys have misunderstandings every now and then. Then how much more of somebody that you're coming from complete two different backgrounds? So it's challenging. Marriage is challenging. So we need things. We need some things that will help us to navigate through the trying times. So I have four, five. You can actually add others if you have. Let's share here, share with everybody. I have five that I think that are very important. But today we're just going to discuss about two if time permits. Then we'll continue until we finish the series. Next we will continue. So the first thing I want us to talk about, the first pillar of marriage, of course, is love, right? That's the first thing, of course, that makes you first of all to, see this person, admire the person, marry the person. Love is what is the first thing in marriage. That's the first basic thing. That is the number one pillar in marriage. Please, as you come in, share the link if you're watching, and type on this comment section who is watching and where you're watching from so that I can salute you. And please give me those thumbs ups as you come in. Give me those thumbs ups. Okay. Um, so the first thing is love. Love is one that is very, very important. That is number one pillar that should be in marriage, should sustain in marriage. That should be one thing that will make a healthy and successful marriage. Without love, there's so many things that you cannot do for your spouse. So many things that your spouse cannot do for you. The opposite of love is hatred. So it's not possible for you to be with somebody that you don't love, or to marry somebody that you don't love. Even though these days, right? Come on, let's be realistic here. These days, a lot of people get married for different reasons. Some people are getting married because of money. Some people are getting married because of connections. Some people are getting married for different reasons. And that is why I think, in my own personal opinion, that is one of the reasons why we have a lot of challenges in marriages these days, and we end up in divorce. The divorce rate has spiked from the days of our parents. Now it's just, I can marry today and tomorrow, come on now, if I'm not okay, I tear the thing out. I tear that paper. Of course, it's just a paper. That's how we look at it. It's a contract. When your contract is done in this marriage, oh yeah, you go. That's how we look at marriage these days. So people get married for different reasons, but the number one reason that I think that people should get married is love. That's what should attract you before the other things are even coming. So the number one pillar is love. Love should be the number one pillar. You should marry your husband. You should marry your wife because, number one, You love them. Now, when we come to love now, how do we break it down? Why is love important? Why is it that love is a pillar, it's a core pillar in marriage? And I would like us to go to the Bible. If we go to First Corinthians chapter 13, if we go to, I want to read it because I don't want to be talking in the air. Then people say, hey, Slash, you're making up your own stories. Nope. I'm talking from my experience and the Bible. By the way, God is the one who instituted marriage, right? God started marriage right from the days of Adam. That is to tell you how important marriage is in the eyes of God. Marriage is so important to God because marriage is the very essence of family. That is why we have families. According to God, right? Marriages, marriage is essential to have that building block of family because through marriage we have kids. And that's how family comes in. From family, we extend to the community, and that's how the community grows, society grows, and family of God, right? The kingdom of God grows. So marriage is very important. God started it right from the days of Adam. He said, I will make you a helpmate, okay? Then he also said in his word that a man shall leave his father and mother, cling to his wife, and the two shall become one. And that nobody should put them asunder, what he has put together. So it is not by chance. Marriage is something that was ordained by God. So let us read First Corinthians chapter 13. We'll read from verse 4 to 7. This is the agape love of Christ. Love is patient. That's verse 4. It says, love is patient and kind. It is not jealous or conceited or proud. Love is not ill mannered or selfish or irritable. Love does not keep record of wrongs. Love is not happy with evil, but is happy with truth. Love never gives up, and its faith, hope, and patience never fails. That is what God is describing as love, right? Now, there's one thing I want to talk about here. There is a difference between being in love and loving someone. I know someone's going to ask me now, what do you mean by that? Now, you can be in love with somebody, but you don't love the person. I repeat myself, you can be in love with somebody, but you don't love the person. Being in love is an act of feeling. You feel how your partner makes you to feel. I'm in love with him. Every time I see him, oh my God, I feel this way. I feel this certain way. Oh my God, I have butterflies in my belly when I see him. I'm in love with her. Oh my God, when I see this girl, her body, her shape just kills me. Those are the things that we hear sometimes people say, right? Oh my God, when I look at you, oh God, I feel like flying. I feel like it's all about feelings. That is the state of you being in love with somebody. Now, to love someone is more than feelings. It takes into account now another level you have to put in action. I hope that we are understanding what I'm saying. To love now is the very act. You are showing action. You are doing something. Let me not even bother myself to let's go to Google, right? If you want, just Google it. Difference between love and being in love. It says what being in love is a feeling, how your partner makes you feel rather than what you do to the person. So I'm in love with you. That's my feeling. But if I love you, what do I do for you to make you know that I love you? Right? I'm trying to explain this thing in a way that we can understand. Okay, let me take for example. the love of a mother. The mother does not need the child to love her back. It is the very fact that I gave birth to this child. I love that child. That's why some women, their kids may be thieves, they may be what, they may be doing, or they may even fight them and do terrible things. But the mother still has love. They will still forgive and do everything. They will try to do everything to bring that child back home. That's why they always say the love of a mother is more powerful than any other thing. Because no matter what their child does, she stands there. She shows the love. She cares. And that is the love that is described in second in First Corinthians 13, 4-7. That is the act of loving. I love you, so I will be patient with you. I love you, baby, so I will be faithful to you. I love you, girl, so I will not be. I, it should describe everything that Second Corinthians uh, 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 chapter 13 has said. So that's why we ought to understand that the fact that you are in love with somebody, you also have to ask yourself, do I love this person? The two questions I have for you that I need you to answer. Number one, are you in love with your partner? Are you in love with your wife? Are you in love with your husband? Number two, do you love your husband? Do you love your wife? So, two questions. Ask yourself, am I in love with my husband? Do I love my husband? Those are two different questions. Am I in love with my wife? Do I love my wife? Those are two different questions. Being in love is an emotional state, it's a state of feeling, while loving is acting. That's why sometimes we say that, oh, Sister Lala, thanks for joining, sister. Thank you so much. Yes, we are live there. Give me those thumbs up, pump those hearts and those likes, and share on your Facebook page or your platforms. Okay. So, as I was saying, thank you so much, sister, for always being there to support. So, as I was saying, you need to ask yourself, do I love my partner? And am I in love with him? Those are two different questions, or her. Okay. How does it make me feel? How do you know? The way it makes you feel, the way she makes you feel. You know that, oh, you want to be, when you are in love with somebody, you want that person. Like you want to eat that person. You want everything about that person. You want to breathe that person. You want to feel that person. You make time for that person. You do everything you can do. Because what? You feel you want the person. Now there's a difference between need and want. When you love somebody, you have to. So being in love is wanting. Loving is need. There's a difference between need and want. A want is something that you can do without. You don't necessarily need it to live. But a need is something that you need, something that is so important that you actually need that thing for something. Let me take for example, what can I use for I'm trying to get a good example. Let's take for our day-to-day activity, right? Day-to-day life, right? You can say that I need food, I need nutrients, I need nutrients to live, I need nutrients to feed my body, okay, so I can live, so my cells can grow. But you don't necessarily need fufukon. You don't necessarily need arrow. You don't necessarily need cornbread. You can sit and say that. Let's say, for example, sometimes you are not hungry, but you feel like you want to eat pizza. That is a want. It is not a need. It is not an emergency. It is not something that you can live without, or you cannot live without. So you want it, not because you necessarily need it. So when you are in love with somebody, you want that person. Some people say, I cannot live without them. Sure, you can live without them now. You can live without them. That's the reason why when you marry, God forbid your husband or your wife passes away and leaves you, you still continue to live. Do you die? You don't die. You don't die. Sister Barbara, thank you for joining, Mama. Thank you so much for being in love and love right on. Share. And please give me the thumbs up. If you are enjoying this content, let me know. Give me the thumbs up. And if you want to share anything with us, you want to share something with us, I have the link here. You can just join and backstage. Okay. Let me put the link there for anyone who is interested. Yeah. So being in love is wanting. I want my husband. He makes me feel good. He makes me feel this. He makes me, oh my God, when I'm with him, I feel I have all these butterflies. But I love my husband. So I do things for him. I make sure he is happy. I cook for him. I respect him. Right? I don't talk to him anyhow. I ask his needs. Honey, what do you need me to do today? What do you want? What do you so I want to do things to make him happy. Okay? So in marriage, you need to be both in love with your partner, and also at the same time you need to love your partner. But nowadays, believe it or not, some people are in love with their partners, but they don't love their partners. I know you ask me how. And on the other way around, some people can love their partners, but they are not in love with their partners. So if you understand being in love, then you know what I mean. Because you I'm in love. I'm in love with so much. Somebody can say I'm in love so much with my husband. I love him. I'm in love with him. But the headache that you will give, because if you read, like I just read First Corinthians chapter 13, they say love is patient, love is kind, love perseveres, right? It does not rejoice with evil, it rejoices with good. It does not keep record of wrongdoing, it never gives up. Let's not even go to all those other ones. Let's just take love is patient, kind. It is not jealous, it is not proud. Okay, it is not selfish. Let's not even go to other ones. Now you are in love, but you are busy cheating on your partner. You say you are in love with your wife, but you are cheating. You are hurting. His Bible says that if you love, you will not want to hurt. You will be kind. You say you are in love, but you are throwing that those very terrible words to her, terrible words to him. You are disrespecting her anyhow. You are disrespecting him anyhow, and you say you are in love. Now you are just concerned. You are just being selfish. You are concerned about your emotional feelings. You don't care about the person that you say you're in love with. And it's the other way around. Women do that, men do that. We do that unknowingly. Man, I love my husband so much. I cook, I do this, I do that, I do that. But inside, what do you feel really? Some of us, we can pretend, we can cook well, we can do everything. We'll be good wives, we'll be good whatever. Do everything that a wife can do. But then in our heart, we don't feel that love. It's not there. Other things may have clouded it. So I just wanted to give those two differences, the difference between being in love and loving. Being in love is wanting. Loving is want and need, is above a need, is above a want, is a need. I don't want my husband, but I need my husband. I don't want my wife, but I need my wife. I need him so we can go move this our dreams together. I need him to pull this family together. I need him so we can sustain this vision together. I need him for I don't want him. So as you watch, ask yourself, are you in love or you love? Are you just feeling or you actually expressing it? So let's not end the love in feelings, because feelings can change. Our emotions can flip up and down anyhow because of circumstances around us. I may be angry today because my husband got me upset, but he may come tomorrow and give me sweet talks and I'll be happy. Your emotions are dwindling. Circumstances may make it change. But when we have the two together, when we are in love and we love, the type of love that is called agape love, that is the love of Christ, the one that is described in the Bible. And let me go further and say that to our men, we're not going to go into details in that today, but to our men, the Bible instructs you to love your wife. You need to love your wife. And to our women, it says submit. Submit is kind of respect. Respect. So love is a core thing that we need to understand it. Because if we don't understand what love is, some many of us think that we know what love is because of the feeling that we have. No, it's more than that. It's more than the feelings. That is why when you're getting married, marriage is more than that feeling of I love her. It's more than that feeling of I love him. You go out of your way. Love is something that you go out of your way. When you love somebody, you go out of your way to make them happy. You go out of your way to make them happy. But when you're in love with somebody, you are just concerned about you spend your time thinking, oh, how do I feel about this person? How does it make me feel? Do you turn around and ask it? That's why sometimes when people are in love, when you even tell, that's why their minds are so clouded, because they don't even see what the wrong that the other person is. They don't even see some signs that they're supposed to be looking at. Their judgment is so clouded because of that feeling. When you're dating at that time, it's so clouded because you're just following your emotions. The love is there. Mm? You miss certain things. So we should start asking, start looking at love in a different dimension. Because if you don't look at love that way, it's going to be so difficult in marriage. Because sometimes, you feel like you don't love the man. Sometimes you feel like you don't love that woman because you are angry, because you guys have some small misunderstandings, because misunderstandings will be there, whether you like it or not. There is no marriage without misunderstanding. If anybody tells you, tell them I have said that the line. Quote me. People usually ask me, hey, blissful, Master, do you usually have problems with daddy? Of course. Of course, I do have problems with daddy. The only thing is the way we solve it. I will not carry my problem and put on my forehead and come and be showing everybody that, hey, to last night I quarreled with my husband. Oh, for 2 months, me and my husband, we are not talking. As some people do. No, that's between me, my husband, and God. You don't need to know it. But do we quarrel? Yes, we do quarrel. We do have misunderstandings. I don't need to show the world that we have misunderstanding. Because what? When I have my misunderstanding, I go back to the person that gave me that man as a husband. Hey, you need to whip him for me. If I feel that he's the one that's doing wrong, go there and ask God, like, Father, this is not what I bargained for. Because when you go out there, the very people that are asking you, hey, you people quarrel, they want to hear news and go talk. So the good news is that, for me, it's good news. Good news is that, yes, there is problem. in marriage, there will be big problems that you will think that you cannot just bear. That time, your heart is like, hey, Jesus, who sent me here? You can curse and curse and curse. But now, when that feeling has dwindled like that, what keeps you going? The fact that you love. You see how you need the two? Being in love can be dampened sometimes by issues, but when you love, you keep going. You keep going. So let me explain this one again. Sister A or brother A. Let me take myself for example, right? I have this strong misunderstanding with my husband. He got me so angry. Or let's put it the other way. I got him very mad. You know, we women, we can talk, eh? We can get them very upset sometimes. So he's angry. At that time, that thing in that if the current emotion in their mind right now is that they are angry, they want to talk to you. And it's maybe some thoughts that have passing in their mind, like, man, that even told me not to marry this girl. Why am I even marrying? Why did I even marry you? Why did they send me to you? Because when you're angry, you think of all sort of things. So things that have passed, you think. Okay. So that love, that time, you are not seeing, you are cloudy because you're angry, but you, because of your, it's emotional. You are so angry that you can take a rash decision. But now what keeps you back is the fact that you, or the fact that my husband loves me. It's not about the state of being, because at that time making him angry. So being in love is how your partner makes you feel. So if it is how your partner makes you feel, it means that at this time that he is making you feeling angry, that love, that being in love part has disappeared, has gone. Now what has to sustain it now is the fact that he loves, or is the fact that I love. So that is how you should start picturing the love. It is not only about the way you feel. If it is only about the way we feel, then I don't think anybody will be in marriage. Nobody will be in marriage if it is only about the way we feel. Because most of the time we'll not be feeling right. We'll not be feeling good. Okay? My sister, you're right. No relationship is perfect, my dear. No one. No one is perfect. So once you reach that bridge, that, hey, that emotion at that time is, I love to listen to Pastor K. Pastor K, Mommy K Kingsley, Pastor Kingsley, Okonkwo, and Pastor Mildred Kingsley, I think. Yes. So I listened to one of his I think it was the talk or preaching on your emotion, on emotions. Okay, you can watch that on YouTube. It's so powerful. You cannot be driven by emotions. If we are driven by emotions all the time, trust me, we will not stay in marriage. Because your emotions in one day, eh? You can call it mood swings. In one day, you can have 10 different emotions. In one day, your spouse can make you angry or can make you change emotional states like 10 different times. Sometimes you will laugh until, sometimes you cry, you are sad, sometimes you are angry in one day. So if we are relying on the state of being emotional, because being in love is being emotional, the state of being emotional, how I feel. So if I'm relying on that, it means that the day my husband make me, that love is dead though. So that's why we should be able to be in love and love. So today, if you have not, if you have never thought about it that way, marriage is both being in love and loving your spouse. Being in love with your spouse and loving your spouse, you need those two. So wanting yours, being in love is wanting. I want to eat him up. I want to eat her up. I want everything. I want him all to myself, right? But now loving in the other way around is above wanting, is need. Honey, I need you. I need you. I need you to help me with this. I need you so that we can grow together. I need you so that we can raise this kid together. As opposed to I want you so we can raise this kid together. If I want you to raise this kid, then you can stay in anywhere and just give me your money. Give me they call it what? How they call it here again? Child support. I want that money. I don't need it. So that is, let's differentiate that. When you are in love and you love, that two different things. Love is what the Bible is telling us, the characteristics, patience. So if you're in love and you are cheating, something is wrong. Okay. So one part is missing. You are not showing love. You cannot tell me that you're in love with me, then you're doing that. You are not showing me love. Show me love. Act. So love is patient, it is kind, it is not deceitful. So we need to be in love. So one of the core pillars of marriage is love. And love, the complete package of it, being in love and loving, the agape love of Christ. We need that in marriage. If not, it cannot work. Because you need to be able to forgive. Because times will come when they'll get you so angry. And hey, you just have to see my say, God help me. Then you forgive and let go. You need to be able to, it is not deceitful. So you cannot be unfaithful in marriage. So if you look at it, if we look at love, just being in love, it means that it is not going to be a core pillar. The pillar we are talking about here, being love, is the one, the act. You have to be faithful. You have to be kind. You have to be respectful. You have to be patient. You have to be able to forgive and all that. That is the core when it comes to marriage, Christian marriage. A pillar, very strong one at that. So you have to be in love with your partner and love your partner at the same time. The feeling cannot exist without the action. You cannot tell me that you love me and you're cheating on me. You cannot tell me that you love me and you're hurting me. You cannot tell me that you love me and you are being so impatient. Some people are so impatient. So that is what love is all about. I don't think we're going to touch the second part of this because we don't have time. I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush this at all. This is New Year. I want everybody to digest it. And the essence of this space is for us to come and learn something. And also, I want you to also contribute. If you have anything to say, please put it down in the comment section. It will help somebody. What are some of the core pillars that you have established in your home? It may be different from what I have. I have 5. One is love. We're going to talk about it in 5 different weeks by God's grace. Love, commitment, trust. There is respect. And the last one, I think, is communication. Okay. So that is, I don't want to, I thought we were going to do 2 today, but we will not do 2. We'll stay on this love because I think it's very important that we understand um this aspect of love is a huge pillar. It's unfortunate that people get married these days for different reasons. And when it happens like that, okay, Dr. Anna. Oh, thanks, Dr. Anna, for joining. She says, one of mine is communication too. Good. Communication is one of a great one of the pillars, strong pillars when it comes to marriage. I see Teresia. Thank you, Mommy T. Thanks, Mommy Teresia, for joining. Thank you all for joining. Yeah, so that is it. Dr. Anna, yes, communication is one of the core pillars that we are going to talk about as the weeks unfold. So today, like I said, ask yourself these questions. There are 2 separate questions. Are you in love with your spouse? And number 2, do you love your spouse? They are 2 different things. Search your heart, and I need you to have to bring those 2 together. being in love and loving. A mother will never forsake her child no matter what happens, right? That is one of the things that we need to do. You need to put work in order for marriages to work. You cannot just plant your beans or your corn, whatever, and just let it there that hey, it will grow. Nope, 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 nope. So that's why we need everything. We need some little spice to make these marriages work. Okay. So that is what I have for us today. Number one is today we have just love, the state of being in love and the act of loving. First Corinthians 13 again, chapter verse First Corinthians 13, the verses 4 to um to 7. Let me type it here. True love. First Corinthians 13, 4 to 7. Yeah. So that's where we end today. I want you, my advice to you is search your heart. Make sure you truly love your partner. If you are the one that you've been gallivanting around saying that I love my wife, portraying this day we have social media love all over the place. People come on Facebook and they flash how they are loving their wives, how they are loving their husbands. That is not necessary. The real thing is what you leave in the house. You cannot be flashing me and being so proud of me. You love me, my baby, my dad. You're cheating. You are giving me, you are throwing hurtful words at me. You are doing this, you are doing those, all those things that are killing me. And you say you're in love with me. No, show me love. Be in love with me. Yes, I accept it, but also I want you to love me. I want you to need me. Need and not want. Want is just a temporal satisfaction, but need is something that you need to sustain something. Want is temporal. I may want it. I want it. Well, but if I don't have it, it's not a do or die thing. But I need something in my system. Like I need God in my system. I need Christ in me. Right? I need him to be able to sustain, to overcome things. What is it that you need? Like you need air to breathe. If you don't have air, you will die. So it's a matter of need and not want. Need. You should be able to need your partner and not want them. It's different. You need him. You guys need each other to bring up this family. You need each other to bring up the kids. You need each other to do whatever to reach your goals. You need each other to, you need. So you have to be in love and at the same time love. You cannot do one. You cannot even be in love only because it's an emotional state that can fade. That can fade. So that's what I have for us today. Be in love and also love. Okay? So that's all I have for us today. This is Soul Angel. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Blissful Couples Corner. And also, please go ahead and follow our Facebook page. I have news for us before I finish up here. We stop the live. I will just show you something. Let me the Blissful Couples Corner. Sorry, the Blissful Beauty Empire. Blissful Beauty Empire is ready. I'll just put Blissful Beauty Empire.com. So that is our website. It is ready. Maybe I'll just share something here so we can see. Let me see. Blissful Beauty. Let me share something with us here so we can see. Share screen, share Chrome tab. All right. So this is our blissful beauty empire. Is beauty with BUITY. So I will just show you what we got. So we have some sexy lingeries. Valentine's Day is coming. Okay, so get some of this sexy lingeries. We have few here, more are still coming. Okay. We get some blissful hair collections, hair extensions. We got those. Wigs. So we have a lot of things still coming up, but you can check on the website and see what you have. Also, I want us to let me also go to the blissful couples corner. The blissful couples corner. So we have the blissful couples corner here. Our Valentine's gala is coming up. Okay. Valentine's Gala coming up. Please get you your tickets. Get your tickets, guys. Get your tickets. You don't want to miss. We have a lot of things. Just go here. You can tell the Blissful Couples Corner. Go to the Valentine's Gala night. Put your name. Make sure you tell us if you're single or you're married and you're coming with somebody, because we have games for couples and we have games for singles, and there are prizes for those. Okay, we have a matchmaking games for single, and and those who win the male and the female, they're gonna have some a surprise. Okay, so we have a matchmaking something for the singles, and we also have games for the married people. So please purchase your tickets, get your tickets. We are not going to sell tickets at the door on that day, so you want to get it right now as soon as possible, so that you reserve your spot. So with that being said, I love you all. Thanks for joining. Sister Barbara, Sister Lara, Dr. Hannah, Mommy Therese. Thank you so much for joining. And if I missed your name out, I love you. I love you. I love you. Stay blessed, and let's continue to we can continue this discussion after the live. Okay, we continue on the chat and just talk about this. Share your experience with somebody. This is a space that we want to share our experiences so that people can benefit and make their marriages better and blissful, of course. So subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you all. See you all next time. Until then, I remain your host, Soul Angel. Bye.